So the OnePlus 13 just came out, and I think it just set the standard of 2025 smartphones that came with big battery and amazing chipsets. All rounder, it is a great device. I don't have the device to review, but I'm going to be reacting to someone's review on YouTube and be giving my live reactions. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Yes. And we are going to be reacting to this Orbit's video. I'm gonna put on my headset and
Hi, and welcome.
With Global, you order anything you want, and when you receive it, you celebrate it because that.
I'm not ordering Glovo. Shut up. How many minutes for adverts? Jeez. Ah, another advert. Hold up. Let's set the resolution. I don't get money, but there's reducing the quality to 10 to 480p. Oh, yeah, let's start.
Hi, and welcome to Orbit. This is OnePlus 13, and I've used it for 1.5 months now. So, this is quite a comprehensive review. Let's get it going. Let's start with the thing I like the least about the OnePlus 13, and that is how it looks. I mean, it's
Yeah, the looks. It looks like a $200 device made by either Infinix or Techno or even itel. It looks really cheap and budgety. I'm not saying it looks very bad, but it looks like all these budget and entry level smartphones from the brands I mentioned earlier. But let's go on.
It's not ugly, far from it, but I don't think it is beautiful. Not nearly as elegant as a Pixel 9 Pro, and even the OnePlus 12 looks better in my opinion, more like a flagship. But that's probably the risk when the design changes a bit every year, unlike Apple or Samsung. Not everyone likes it. The alert slider has remained, and there are three colors: blue with fake leather, matte black, and
Yeah, the black is beautiful, like me. But let's go on. I think I prefer the black. The black is like just the best color.
white as I have it here. The glass is quite rough and the frame is polished. For the first time in over 4 years, there is no green OnePlus device. Apart from the
Why? That is bullshit. I don't know why. And the first time I heard about a OnePlus device was with the OnePlus 6. Everybody was talking about it. That was the first time I heard the name OnePlus as a brand. Now there's no green color. Maybe from the back end they said that nobody's buying the green color. But we as tech reviewers, we just have to review. We can't change the internal decisions most times, so I'll be sometimes. Let's continue with the video.
looks, I love everything else about the design. It is not 15 or 16%, it's 16.5% thinner. This is remarkable because the battery is not smaller, it's a whole lot bigger. It is now one of the largest on the market, 6000 milliampere hours. In addition, the OnePlus 13 is lighter and IP6
Wait. 6,000 milliamp battery for a phone that is not a gaming phone and does not look like a gaming phone. Huh, the bar has been set. If Samsung releases my English, but if Samsung releases a device, if Samsung releases a device without a 6,000 milliamp battery in 2025, like the S25 Ultra does not come with a 6,000 milliamp battery. Samsung is in soup. Let me just say. But let's continue with the video.
9 certified. Not just normal waterproofing, it can withstand 80 degrees hot, high pressure water. This, well, is a little bit overkill, but
It is actually overkill for a smartphone, but we are playing. People are paying premium money. So they have to get that premium experience. So I won't call it overkill.
Maybe when you are a hobby barista like me, you might need it. And in the context of water, the touchscreen has AquaTouch 2.0 technology. You can use the display completely normal even if it is soaking wet. This is something I've
Soaking wet. How? Can I use it when I'm swimming in the water with somebody's babe? In OnePlus. Please tell me. Oh. So I'll go and buy it and try it out.
grown to found very useful after 1.5 months in Berlin's worst winter. Everyone should copy this feature. There's one thing this display does not have anymore, and that is a curve. It is now perfectly flat. However,
Yes. Yes. Are you expecting a curved display from a flagship device nowadays? Is the budget device that are now trying to like bring back the curve display. Samsung took it out. iPhone never had it. Most brands are cutting out the curve display. I think it costs a lot of money too. So since other brands are taking it out, why can't OnePlus take it out also? But it looks really nice, by the way. It looks really nice. Be different, OnePlus. Bring it back in the OnePlus 14. Please. I love you. Let's get back to the video.
the glass is rounded softly on all sides, which makes swiping back and handling more pleasant. The display is 6.8 inch in size, so quite massive. It has a super sharp Quad HD Plus resolution with 510 pixel per inch and a maximum brightness of 4500 nit. And even the typical brightness is above average in my testing. It has a new LTPO 4.0 technology. Not only can it switch from 1 to 120 Hz, it can also individually update areas independent of each other. In other words,
Not
the
bad.
comment section remains at 1 Hz and the video displayed is at 24 Hz, for example. That's something you can't see, but it saves on power. This is also the first Android smartphone with each display being calibrated twice to the sub-pixel level. The color
Oh, see my face where. You people should see my face where. Can you see OnePlus is making moves? You guys are saying that OnePlus is making mad moves with the OnePlus 13. It's trying to tell you that I am here to win the 2025 Smartphone Award of the Year, either by MKBHD or by Mr. Who's the Boss. I must win it. That is what OnePlus just did this year. We are going to set the standard very, very high. But the thing is that OnePlus is not in every country like Samsung. But who cares? Everybody will import it. Look for money and import the phone.
colors are therefore super accurate. It has 2160 Hz dimming and the fingerprint sensor is finally ultrasonic. It is therefore 35% faster, more secure, and more accurate. And it is
Mhm.
exactly at the right place.
Sharp.
Unfortunately, this is not Gorilla Glass armor, but Ultra Shield ceramic glass, so probably a OnePlus thing, and it is supposed to be 2 times tougher. Unfortunately, there's no way I can verify the statement, so you can leave it or take it.
We will verify that statement with a jerry rig everything video. If the display is not tough, OnePlus, what are you doing? Are you saving cost? $100 because you release the phone at $900. Oh, guy, don't try this next time. If the display is not tough, don't try it next time at all. I'm warning you now.
So, in short, this is a crazy good display. And if someone said out loud that this is the best display on the market, it would be hard to say something different for me. And well, the same can be said about the processor. The OnePlus 13 comes with a Snapdragon 8 Elite with 16 or 24 gigabytes of RAM and 256 or 512 gigabytes of UFS 4.0 storage. The processor is 45% faster than last year, the graphics 40%, NPU 45%, and yet the efficiency has increased. It is an extreme
Ewo, ewo, ewo. Blood of Jesus. Hey, whoa. Wait. See, just look at this benchmark. Just look at this benchmark. Wait. Let me increase this screen. Look at this benchmark. Look at this benchmark. Everybody knows that the Google Tensor chip is not supposed to be here. But the Snapdragon 8 Elite beats the Apple A18 Pro. Ah, hey, this is a powerful device that comes with a powerful chipset. But this is a very, very powerful device. See the benchmark scores. Even the MediaTek, let's not talk about MediaTek. This is a OnePlus 30 review.
Extremely impressive chip, eclipsing everything else on the market. The best from Apple, the best from MediaTek, Samsung, and Google. It would be a lie though that this smartphone feels significantly faster than the predecessor because it already was crazy fast. But I never saw any jerking or pauses, loading times, or something like that. This chip is completely overkill. Even after 30 minutes of continuous
But why is that bros playing that kind of game on the phone? What happened to Call of Duty Mobile or Genshin Impact? Even PUBG Mobile. Hmm? Bros, with that powerful chip, you're supposed to be doing something heavier.
use, the performance only dropped by 33%. When OnePlus One was released, OnePlus was famous for their software. It was great for years, but then suddenly started to get worse, and they lost a lot of fans in that time. But they listened to
They lost me too. Even though I'm a tech reviewer, they lost me. I've not bought your device before, but you lost me.
the community, and they improved quite a bit. And I think the Android 15 update was sensational. It doesn't look like pure Android, but it's tastefully designed. You can customize a whole lot to your own preferences. It is strikingly fast, and thanks to parallel rendering, animation can be interrupted in motion.
Sorry. But can you see how fast this phone is? Like, can you see how fast this phone is? And somebody will tell me the normal user doesn't need a high refresh rate screen. If I knock iPhone users, if I knock you people, I knock your head, you will enter the ground.
Making everything super direct and smooth. The ingenious multitasking from OnePlus Open is also available. You can use two apps in full size side by side. And by the way, the best multitasking feature, which unfortunately only OnePlus has, is this small app row at the bottom, which makes finding apps way faster and more accurate. It's such a small detail, which makes a big difference in everyday life. I could say the
I'm speechless. Like that is so beautiful by OnePlus. Very beautiful. Minimal and beautiful.
same about the vibration motor. It's the largest in terms of surface area and therefore feels very spacious. There's even a small demo in settings. So if someone said out loud that this is the best vibration system in any smartphone,
Don't skip the opportunity to study abroad
Ewo, ewo,
with the
ewo.
Duolingo English test.
Duolingo, shut up.
I would agree. There is plenty of artificial intelligence, an image eraser, of course, or you can delete reflections out of glass, which is quite convincing and it works
Hmm.
surprisingly well. You
That
can
is mad.
rewrite text, but not all languages are supported. Gemini and Circle to Search are, of course, available. And then
Sharp.
there is this dynamic island thing. Well, I don't know about that one. There are Android updates for 4 years, and
OnePlus. You are not a cheap phone that you're supposed to be doing that kind of thing. Oh. Do you know? But it's actually good. And this part I just had 4 years of software upgrade. Like from Android 15 to Android 19. Why can't you just give us 6 years? So it will just be Android 20. Eh? Why are you stingy?
there are security updates for 6 years. So it's not a record, but it's quite a lot and longer than most people will use their phone. When it comes
No, no. I know somebody that is still using a okay. My brother is still using his 2020 phone, Redmi Note 9. So there are some people like that that will actually buy a phone and use it for very long. So, bros, don't say that kind of thing again.
to longevity, the battery plays a big role, probably the biggest role. And it's a good thing that it is the largest I've ever seen, 6000 milliampere hours in a thinner device. There are two
Me, it's not the largest I've seen. No, I've seen on Techno all those power Techno Pova Kini device, all those cheap devices, but they don't last long. Anytime I watch a speed test from creators that do battery tests and those kind of stuffs, how like the 7,000 milliamp battery do last the same hours with the iPhone that were newly released at that time. But I think with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip and the 6,000 milliamp battery, you can get a whole day and more if you are like a regular user. You don't need to worry about battery.
3000 milliampere hour cells, allowing the device to charge from 0 to 100% in just 36 minutes with 100 watts. OnePlus says that this battery will have 80% of capacity left after 1600 cycles, which is a lot. That's double of what a modern iPhone can do. So after 4 years, you still have
Bros, take it easy. iPhone users are just on their own. You came to blow them in the face. But iPhone users, you people self need it. Your church or choice too much.
80% of battery left, and with the iPhone, the same happens after 2 years. I had the luxury of testing the OnePlus 13 1.5 months, and that means I got to know the battery extremely well. If you are mainly on Wi Fi, then 9 to 10 hours of display use are absolutely realistic and the best I've ever tested. I was able to go for 2 days in a row, which is insane, and only the Oppo Find X8 Pro or Xperia 1 Max
I told you, if you're just like casual regular user and you love flagship phones, with that battery and that chipset, you can go up to 2 days.
6 can manage the same. When I was on the road without Wi Fi, only in 5G, taking a lot of pictures, the worst case was 5 hours of display use. That's crazy good, but I was hoping for a little bit more, so I tried to deactivate 5G and it worked. I got 1 to 2 hours more of screen on time.
Normally, everybody knows that 5G takes a lot of power. 5G takes a lot of power. Even in all those cheap Android phones, 5G takes a lot of power. You'll now be behaving like all these old iPhone users that like carrying power bank everywhere.
So if you are in need for battery, which you probably aren't if you have a OnePlus 13, this is a way to do it. With the official case, the OnePlus 13 does have MagSafe. However, there are no magnets inside of the device itself. There is a wireless charging puck using MagSafe, but it's quite loud, so I did not like it, even though 50 watts of wireless power is insane. There are three cameras, and all of them have 50 megapixel. The main
Me self, I don't like noise, especially when how will I explain this? When I'm charging, because I want to use fast wireless charger. Why not just use the fast wire charger? But it is what it is. Let's see what the camera has to offer us.
main camera is unchanged from the predecessor. To make the camera element more discreet, however, the ultra-wide angle has a smaller sensor and the telephoto camera has a flatter lens. The sensor has 14 megapixel less resolution but is a touch larger. At first glance, it's not a clear step forward and a bit confusing. OnePlus says they worked primarily on the software, and Hasselblad, the Swedish luxury camera manufacturer, also had some hand in it. I really like the look of the photos. They are bright, always properly exposed, and look vibrant without being over the top. This is great for people, food, and nature. You can just point and shoot. Here and there's a little bit too much clarity for my taste, but of course, it's something most people like. I was worried that the ultra wide angle camera could be worse than the predecessor, so I compared them. Fortunately, this concern is unfounded. It's actually a bit better. Not super drastic, but it's less noise, the colors are more true, and sharpness is higher. So it's a solid ultra wide angle lens, but
The ultra wide angle try. That is for people that like to take all these family photos on their phone. Not people like me. We don't do that here.
it doesn't stand out much from the competition. I've probably used the 3x lens as much as the main camera because the image quality is almost identical. The same colors, contrast, and crisp sharpness. It looks really good, and I think the field of view is very aesthetic, more aesthetic than 1x or 5x. Even the 6x crop looks still good. At first glance, you don't even notice that it has been cropped, only if you look very closely. AI is used for extreme zooming and it works surprisingly well. It's not the most aesthetic picture, but you can clearly see everything. The biggest loss with the new
See, let me tell you, this picture now that they say AI kini, this thing, this zoom with the AI enhancement. This is like when Samsung brought out the 100x camera stuff and people were complaining. That is what this camera is just performing here in this. Let me put it in widescreen. See, that's what this camera is just performing here.
camera system is that the close focus of the 3x camera got worse. You have to be quite a bit away from the subject to have it in focus. Therefore, you're losing bokeh and the macro capability.
What the
For
fuck?
me, this is the biggest downgrade of the whole smartphone. Videos can be recorded in 8K with 30 FPS or 4K with 60 FPS. 4K 120 FPS, as seen on the OnePlus 9 Pro, is no longer possible, and I don't get why. At least there is Dolby Vision
Please, OnePlus, do you know that they are smartphone videographers? Why are you taking out that feature, the 4K 120 FPS? Some people just like to use it. Not everybody uses like an iPhone to record their videos or beg somebody to record their videos on their iPhone. Please add the feature back on the OnePlus 14. God bless you.
HDR, which is the best kind of HDR. Videos are impressive, among the better ones on the market, and there's even a fully manual mode with 21:9 aspect ratio. The portrait mode is inspired by Hasselblad lenses, and luckily I have one of them here. What do you think? I think the bokeh looks surprisingly similar. With the
No
Hasselblad
bad.
camera, you can only shoot in RAW. That's why I took a closer look at the Pro mode, hoping to find something that looks close to the Hasselblad. And that is the case. The RAW files are very neutral, so you can edit them in quite an extreme way. Something
Not
that
bad.
looked
It
like
looks really
this
good.
can look like this, or from so to so.
Oh, mad. Use the raw. If you know how to edit very well, use the raw. And if you're not in a rush, use the raw. Like use the raw mode on the pro mode. Don't get me wrong.
Whenever I was in front of a particularly great motif, I switched to RAW and took photos that look more from a real camera than a smartphone. And because this video is already quite long, let's just jump through the last features. There's a Hasselblad X Pen mode.
Thank you because my reaction video is also long.
There are live photos like on the iPhone, but you can watch them on every device. There is an action mode with 60 FPS and crop
Mm,
modes for 28, 35, and 85 millimeters. So if
mm.
somebody says out loud that this is the best camera, I would at least argue a little bit because
Me, I'll argue because me, I see. I'm not a camera person normally, but so far this smartphone will not be part of my top five smartphones for camera related stuffs this year. Sorry to say. Even the Pixel 9a that is yet to be out will beat this. God bless you.
I feel like the camera is great, it is good, but it is not a big improvement